In that day, set apartness to Yahweh shall be engraved on the bells of the horses. That is verse 20. It says, Vayom Hahu, in that day, Yeh al Kodesh le Yahweh. Kodesh le Yahweh is la Yahweh is what was written on the plaque, pretty much the crown that the Kohen Gadol would have on his forehead in a golden on gold. They would write Kadosh la Yahweh, set apart for Yahweh. So now, through Yahushua HaMashiach, who is the Kohen Gadol, those who accept and recognize and honor him as Yahweh on earth, as the Son of Yahweh, they will be set apart to Yahweh, as written here. Say it again. In that day, set apart to Yahweh shall be engraved on the bells of the horses. The pots in Yahweh's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. The bowls before the altar. The many will serve in the temple as the vessels that were used in the temple back in the day. So pretty much you're saying those who worship as horses, or those who worship the horses, meaning, well, there are two meanings. In the spiritual sense, like I said, horse is Zeus. Zeus in Hebrew, horse. That's why Jesus can be interpreted as behold the horse. Jesus, behold the horse, could be interpreted that way because of the meaning of the word Zeus in Hebrew. So it is connected with idolatry of the false name and the false image, because as you guys know, if you hear the name Jesus, you already make an image in your head and everybody knows what that image looks like. So that is not Mashiach. Therefore Jesus is not Mashiach. We need to know the real name, and that is Yahushua, who doesn't have an image attached to it other than what we read in scriptures, and obviously his face at the right hand of the Father, which is not the point. So, meaning the point is to know him, his personality, his commandments, the way he acts, not the way he looks. That is the important part, the way he acts. So, it says here, in that day, set apartness to Yahweh shall be engraved on the bells of the horses. Then, in that time, horses won't be used for war. They will be used to go to Yahweh. Horses represent war, like I already said. So those people who trust in horses, those people who trust in their own strength, those people who trust in weapons to go and fight, they will be taken out. And from then on, if any of their descendants who acted that way enter as the nations in the 1,000 years, they will be separated, not for war, but for Yahweh. Horses will be used not to go to war, but to go to Yahweh. People won't be worshiping idols and images. They will worship Yahweh. That is the point. Then it says, the pots in Yahweh's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. It is interesting that the many will be killed during the Great Tribulation. Their blood will be spilled on earth through the 7 bowls of wrath. So each of the bowls of wrath will be filled with the blood of the righteous. And Yahweh will spill it on earth, representing, obviously, that the nations will be judged and destroyed because they killed those who were righteous, or those who will receive righteousness, who will be justified through death. So the pots in Yahweh's house, the vessels in Yahweh's house, shall be like the bowls before the altar. Yes, every pot in Jerusalem and Yehudah shall be set apartness to Yahweh of hosts. Meaning both the few and the many will be completely set apart for Yahweh. No longer will there be the possibility for them to sin and be separated from him. Instead, we all will be separated for him instead of from him. Yes, every pot in Jerusalem and Yehudah shall be set apartness to Yahweh of hosts. Everyone who sacrifices shall come and take them, and cooking them. In that day there shall no longer be a Canaanite in the house of Yahweh of hosts. No longer will there be falsehood, neither people who are not true Israelites, true believers.